A large wasp is about to go on a very dangerous quest to hunt for an animal that's way bigger than herself. But what exactly is she hunting? When living in a rainforest, there's always one thing you have to prepare for. Rain. Most of the animals here hate it, but they still have to go out and forage for food. This pandanus plant is an ecosystem in itself, and is home to lots of tiny life. This modest day gecko, Phelsuma modestus, is currently making the most of the sudden pause in rain. As she scales the large pandanus leaves, she is hunting for small insects. But she is quick to hide on the underside of the leaves in order to avoid the sudden outbursts of rain. You've probably already noticed that this unfortunate gecko has lost its tail. They lose their tail as a defense mechanism, and it will soon grow back. Although while searching for food again, she accidentally bumps into another day gecko species, Phelsuma lineatus. Both are unsure on what to do, but neither want to engage in conflict, so they both mutually agree to go in opposite directions and avoid each other. But unfortunately, it started raining even heavier, so all the day geckos are now going to have to postpone their hunting. But some of the animals in the pandanus absolutely love rain. Frogs. Frogs constantly need moisture in order to survive, so when it rains, they are in their element. These are ring-wearing tree frogs, named so because of the small white markings on their fingers that resemble rings. And they particularly love the pandanus plant, as the small pools of water created in the seams of the leaves make an ideal nursery for the frog's tadpoles, which is a similar form of behaviour to some of the South American poison dart frog species. These frogs nevertheless always have to have their wits about them, as the pandanus plant is also full of predators. Predators such as this large huntsman spider, that is big enough to hunt frogs. But fortunately these frogs have very good vision and reflexes, and can swiftly avoid any danger. The weather finally cleared up in St. Luce, and everyone then returned to their daily activities, including all the wildlife. A Brachysia nasus plays dead in the middle of the path. We then decide to escort him to the side of the path to prevent him from being trodden on. Brachysia barely ever come out during the rain, and you can understand why, as they are tiny. And in their world, a raindrop would be the equivalent of a bucket of water. We met Brachysia nasus last episode whilst they were sleeping. However here, now it's awake, you can really see the detail in its fine camouflage. Although our presence was still making him nervous, and he just ended up playing dead yet again. But he wasn't the only one out hunting after the rains. There is something far more sinister. A large wasp performs yoga before embarking on what will be a very dangerous quest for her. The prey she is hunting is far bigger and stronger than her, yet she is prepared to risk her life every time. With her sensitive antennae, she picks up chemical pheromones and scents that may lead her to prey. The wasp is relentless. She will search every gap, every nook, every cranny, in order to find what she is looking for. But you're probably thinking to yourself, what is she actually looking for? Well, we eventually found out. This wasp is a spider hunter. With her powerful sting, she paralyzes the spider, in which she will then drag it to a dark keep, and proceed to lay her eggs inside the spider. The wasp larvae will then hatch and begin eating the spider whilst it's still alive and paralysed. A truly gruesome end for the spider, and this video.